Hello my dear friends, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Friends, we are discussing about the anatomy of the urinary system. So this was our previous lecture, the second lecture about the kidney, external features of the kidney, that if we have a kidney in our hand, so what we can see and what we can say about the kidney from by gross, right? Now in this lecture we are going to discuss about the location of the kidney has been cleared from the previous lecture, but now I will discuss in this lecture about the covers or capsules of the kidney, that what are the structures which are present outside the kidney which covers the kidney, right? So let us go in that lecture now. So I will write here the external covers of the kidney, or we say that the coverings of the kidney. Let me write here external coverings of kidney or renal. Okay, so our lecture is about the external covers of the kidney now. Okay, let me make a very simplified diagram first of all, then we will go in detail. First I will draw the very simple diagram. Look carefully, friends. You just consider that this is a very small part of the kidney that I have taken, right? It's a very small part of the kidney itself. It's just the kidney. Then outside the kidney there is a cover, right? Outside the kidney there is a connective tissue cover which covers your kidney, right, which protects the kidney. Okay, this is called renal capsule. So outside the kidney there is a cover which covers, which wholly solely, right? If you see here, if we take this flap out, that will be the renal capsule, right, or fibrous capsule. So the first layer that covers your kidney is the fibrous capsule or renal capsule. Then outside to the fibrous capsule there is fatty layer, right? There is a fatty layer. So I will draw here this fat with this yellow color. So there is fatty layer around it, around the kidney, around the whole kidney. You just consider, friends, that I am drawing the whole kidney, but we have taken a very small part of it. So there is perirenic, we say perinephric fat, right? Then there is the third cover which is called the renal fascia. What is that? There is the renal fascia. So look here, here is, I will draw it with this color. Look carefully, here is the renal fascia, the third layer, right, or the third cover around your kidney, the renal fascia. And then again there is a nephric fat which is called the paranephric fat, and it's a little bit thick layer. So this is paranephric fat. So how many layers or covers are around your kidneys? About 4 covers are present around your each rena, right? So these are the 4 layers, and now let us name all of them. This area itself is your kidney, so I will make a very simple diagram like this. You just consider that this is your kidney, right? So this is the kidney itself. I will make a diagram in the next future lecture. So here is the kidney or rena, right? And around the kidney this layer is the renal capsule, or we say fibrous capsule, I hope you are understanding. Then this is the layer of the fat which covers the renal capsule. That's why we say this is called the perinephric fat, perirenal or perinephric fat. Clear? And then this is the third layer which is present around the perinephric fat. This is called renal fascia. Renal fascia. Okay, and this is the fourth layer around your kidney, right? This is called paranephric fat. Paranephric fat, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 covers are around your kidney. Now listen to me, friends. If we have this kidney, right? If this is the kidney with us, and it is, you just consider that it is located in the abdominal cavity. Now let me make another diagram here. This is, just consider that this is your abdomen. Here is the, what is this? This is diaphragm, and this is your abdomen. Now you know, here you have your kidneys. Here are both of the kidneys located here and here. These are the 2 kidneys. Now let us make a section here, a transverse section here, right? And through this transverse section we will look from the above, right? If these are the 2 kidneys lying in the abdominal cavity, we will make a section here and we will see all the covers around the kidneys in the transverse section. So let me make this section here. Look carefully. This here is the diagram. I'm making very simplified diagrams for you guys. You just consider that this is the vertebra, right? From the on posterior side, this is the vertebra, right? Okay, then we know that there is the, okay, let me make the kidney here. Here is your kidney, for example. Here is the kidney, right? So around the kidney, the first layer was which layer? The first layer around the kidney was the renal capsule. So this is the renal capsule, my friends. You are looking from above, right? This was the lateral view. Now you are looking from above. I told you now that we had made a section here. These are the kidneys and we made a section here, and now we are looking from above, right? So if you are looking from above, this is the kidney itself. Now around it there is what? There is the renal capsule. Then there is the renal then there is the second layer, which is called the perinephric fat. So here is your perinephric fat, and this perinephric fat will be wholly solely around the kidney. That's why it's called the perinephric fat. And then there is the third layer, which is called the renal fascia. Renal fascia. So renal fascia is, there is an anterior renal fascia and then there is a posterior renal fascia, right? Anterior renal fascia, and then there is, I told you, posterior renal fascia, and then there is the bigger thick layer of fat, which is called the paranephric fat, right? So this is your paranephric fat, like this, right? So let us name all those structures again. What is this? This is your kidney, right? Then what is this? This is perinephric fat, right? Then what is this? Anterior renal fascia, right? Anterior renal fascia. Clear? And here is your posterior renal fascia from posterior side. So posterior renal fascia. Clear? And what is this? This is paranephric fat. Paranephric fat, right? So the renal fascia, as we have written only here, renal fascia. So renal fascia is divided into anterior renal fascia and posterior renal fascia. So from posterior side, posterior renal fascia, anterior side, anterior renal fascia, and this is your kidney. So your kidney is lying under inside the 4 important covers, and all those covers are helping and protecting the kidney and regulating the temperatures and everything. So these are the external covers of the coverings of the kidney, or capsules of the kidney. Clear, friends? Now I hope you like it. Now the next important thing that we are going to discuss in this lecture is about the segments of the kidney. What? The vascular segments, or we call it the segments of the kidney. So let me make a diagram here. I'm writing here the vascular segments of kidney. It means that whenever renal artery enters your kidney, it is divided, it enters to different segments of your kidney. So let me make a kidney here first of all, and then we will see all those segments in the diagram. Look here, I will draw a diagram from anterior and from posterior side. So look carefully. If I'm able to draw this diagram perfectly, this is the kidney, anyone, right? So kidney is divided into different segments, right? There is an apical segment or superior segment, right? Then there is an anterior superior segment. Which one? Anterior superior segment. And then there is another segment which is called the anterior inferior segment, right? There is another segment which is called anterior inferior segment, right? And this is inferior segment. So how many segments on the anterior side? There are 4 segments on the anterior side. I will color them. And if you turn this kidney, look carefully, friends. For example, these are the 2 kidneys, right? This is the anterior side of the kidney, okay, and this is the posterior side of the kidney. So anteriorly, right, anteriorly there is a superior segment or apical segment. There is an anterior superior. Anterior means it is anteriorly, and superior means it is above this segment. And then there is anterior inferior segment, and then there is inferior segment, right? And if you turn the kidney backward, there is only one segment which is called the posterior segment. So vascularly, if you divide the kidney into segments, if you turn this kidney on the posterior side, what you will see, look carefully, this is the same kidney but we have turned it. This is the same kidney but we have turned it. So here we see only and only one segment, right? This is this segment which appears on the posterior side also. So this is the apical segment, and then there is the posterior segment. Only one segment is there, posterior segment, and this is the inferior segment, right? So look, okay, let me color it. This is the superior segment. Again on the posterior side, this is the superior segment. How it looks, look carefully. From here you are looking, this superior segment, right, or apical segment. So this is on both sides, on inferior, on anterior surface and on posterior surface. So this is your superior segment, this is anterior superior segment. So let me color it here. This is anterior superior segment, right? And then there is the third segment which is called the anterior inferior segment, which is interiorly on the anterior surface, right, but it is inferior to this superior surface. That's why we say this is the anterior inferior segment. And then there is the third one, the last one, which is called the inferior segment, right? And this inferior segment also we can see here. This is the inferior segment. So inferior segment is seen on both sides, on inferior side, on posterior side, and on anterior side, right? So this is the inferior segment. So how many segments are there of one of kidneys? 5 segments. This is superior segment. This is anterior, okay, this is present anteriorly but superior, anterior superior segment. This is again anterior but inferior to this superior segment, anterior inferior segment. And this one is inferior segment, right, inferior segment. And this view is anterior view. Which view? Anterior view, right? And there is posterior view. This is your posterior view. So posteriorly, this again, this is your superior segment, again this is your inferior segment, and only this segment remains. This is the posterior segment. Right, this division is according to the vascular supply, according to the entry of renal artery to the kidney. So look carefully, my dear friends. If we look from superior view, my friends, look carefully. If we look from superior view into the kidney, so your kidney will look like this. Okay, your kidney will look like this. This is renal artery, right? So renal artery will give 4 branches to anterior side. I will discuss them, and 1 branch to posterior side. Right, 1 branch to posterior side. So I will discuss this vascular supply of the kidney in the next lecture, inshallah. Right, so how many segments are created due to this supply? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right, so this is to posterior, and these 4 segments are to the anterior. So we will discuss them in the next lecture. So friends, in this lecture we discussed about the coverings of the kidney. Right, what are the covers of the kidney, what are the capsules which cover the kidney, and what are the vascular segments of the kidney. I will discuss these arteries in the next lecture. So I hope you guys like the lecture. See you guys in the next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.